Hello, hello, friends. Tiana Smith here with tianasmithcoaching.com and creator of the Seven Figure Club. I am setting up all my live streams as I'm streaming live across multiple places. So just give me a moment. And while I'm getting things started, if you could let me know where you're tuning in from. Are you live? Are you in replay? What do you do? You never know who you might meet in the comments. I can't tell you how many huge deals I've closed because somebody referred me or I posted about what I did. So please feel free to let us know in the comments where you're tuning in from and what you do in business. We want to connect with you. I want to connect with you. So I'm going to also share this quickly from my profiles to my Facebook group since Facebook groups have made it that you can't live stream directly into them, we have to use things like StreamYard is the program I'm using. So I'm going to put this in here. This is called Day One of 100K University, the plan. All right. So I'm going to put that live into a couple of my groups. And that's what we're going to do. So, what I recommend if you're live streaming yourself is I love this program, StreamYard. It's just taking a moment to load for me. So, let's do this. I'm going to press go live. And just a little bit of a tip if you are also a coach, a course creator, and you like to do live streams for your programs, is I recommend going live and then tagging everyone in your group. And we're live now for day one. All right, so now I'm good to go. I'm going to come back over here and see what's going on. Now, here's the thing, unless you register your name, it doesn't always let you comment, but you can click on this little link. It should be showing up if you would like to comment with me, engage with me, ask questions. Now, if you're seeing this live on my page or profile and you're not in my Facebook group, comment group, I'll send you the private link to join my VIP group because I'll be taking it off the public spaces and leaving it just in the group. So that's enough with housekeeping. Let's jump right in. So, what I'm hosting this week is a pop up 5-day challenge, and I've titled it this time 100K University. You want to put that in the comments? I think it's pretty great. When I talk to clients from all over the world, it seems that there's a magic number when I say, how much money would you like to be making this month? And every time they say, at the minimum, 10K a month. I really need 15K per month, sometimes 20K per month. Obviously, there's huger goals, huger. Don't you love when you make up words live? There's larger goals that people have, but usually that first milestone goal is 10K a month. For those of us in first world countries like the US, well, there's lots of first world countries, the English speaking ones, where that's your first language, which is typically the US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and the UK, right? And then obviously there's lots of people around the globe that speak English. But for those of us in those countries, the cost of living is pretty high, right? Like average rent can be at $5,000, let alone if you've got a family and grocery and things like that. So, first off, have you done your monthly budget? Do you care to share? How much do you need to be making to go full time in your coaching or course business? Is it 10K? Is it 15K? Is it 20K? So part of what I've been doing for years and years, a little about me, this is more of like a very like live, genuine talk. I do have a PDF. I'm going to give you some checklists. I'm going to give you some worksheets through this time, but just to talk to you heart to heart about what I hear a lot in the industry and through our lives are these 10K numbers. So $10,000 a month would equal $120,000 gross per year. That's not counting taxes and that's not counting overhead of your business. All those pieces need to also come into consideration. Are you full-time in your income? Do you need to now pay for your health insurance, your life insurance, all the other insurances, right? So when I talk to you today and this week through this live coaching event, I want you to understand that I keep this in mind. I was divorced and single for almost 7 years. Well, it's about 6 years. And I've And it was really difficult to go from having insurance with my ex-husband and have some manner of so-called stability to being a full-time single mom with two very young children in California at the time, in one of the most expensive places to live in the world. The base minimum that I needed at that time was at least 8K just to cover my kids and my living expenses in an 800 square foot home. Okay. So when I talk about this, the reason I'm giving you my personal story and background is that I did it through all those years, not only for myself, but helped other entrepreneurs, coaches, course creators scale to 6 and even 7 and even 8 figures during those years. So what I'm going to share with you today and this week is the 5 steps. I have it listed here. I'm keeping it simple. All right. It is going to be the plan. That's today. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the brand, or day 2. Day 3, we're going to talk about the audience. And I'm going to break it down visually here, but I want you to understand there are 5 true steps you need to consider to get in place in order to scale to 100K and beyond and up to 7 figures. The systems, that's going to be a big one, friends. That's a big day. And the sales, how do you take those systems? How do you take your audience and your brand and turn this into sales? Whether it's low ticket automated sales through a mini course or a course or even goods. I've sold out thousands of my freedom planners. So I know what this takes. Or to high ticket sales, selling things from 10K, 50K, 100K services and programs as you grow in your business and in your cloud. So we're going to cover all that this week. So now I'm going to share my screen. And again, I'd love to know in the comments, what do you do? Do you sell coaching? Do you sell done for you services of some sort? Are you a service provider? Do you sell group coaching? Do you have a membership? Or do you sell a hybrid of all them? So let us know in the comments. I sell a hybrid. So I actually have products. I have my Freedom Planner as well as digital printable products. I have physical products, the Freedom Planner. I have some new things coming soon, like 7-figure club merchandise and gear. I have affiliate income from, let's say I refer someone to Go High Level and they sign up on my affiliate links, or different products through Amazon. I have an Amazon store, but my main income is my coaching and my courses. And so I'm very an expert in this level for all of you. I've grossed over 7 figures these years, and I'm working on my 7-figure annual year right now. And I've helped my clients make over 30 million through these systems. So wherever you're at, if you're starting out, if you're scaling up, I'm going to break it down. All right. So I'm going to share my screen now, and I can't wait to go through these comments later and see where you're at. Okay, so can you type a number 2 in the comments if you can see me, hear me, and see my screen? And I'm also going to double check that this is all coming through from here on Facebook, just to make sure that I can see it and hear it. Okay, I hear it. I see it. Yay. I am my own tech guru right now. Put that in the comments if you want to be your own tech guru. So many times when I work with you women, I'm going to call you out for a minute because you're just like amazing. I'm a woman too. Men are awesome too. But listen, women, you're like, oh, my husband's going to help me with the tech. So one thing I learned from being a single mom for years, I am remarried now, and but for years and years, like over half a decade, I had to do it on myself or hire help. And I want to tell you, my fellow women to women, I was also single during COVID, homeschooling my kids in the middle of nowhere in California. That I learned how to do some things. And I want to empower you right now that you can learn tech, that you can learn anything. And we're going to focus on the things that you should learn. And then I'm going to talk to you about the things that I believe you should hire out through this process. Okay. So this is my Automate to Dominate playbook. I'm actually going to go behind the scenes in here and really break it down for you of the things I believe you should be focused in on, and the things that will truly change your business forever when you really start to systemize this. Okay. So if you join my paid program, you'd get access to all this, but we'll talk about that later in the week. I'm still actually going to just walk you through this. I want to talk about the word scale for a moment. Okay. So the word scale is it means to increase the size, amount, or importance of something, usually an organization or process. And it also can mean to expand something or make it bigger. Sometimes when I tell people, hey, this is a scale your biz boot camp, rather than saying it's like a 100K university, they get intimidated by the word scale, because a lot of times people think it has to jump to 10 million, 100 million. They see like Tesla and they see these huge companies. But really, scale just means to make it bigger. So I'd love you to type in the comments right now if you're ready to scale your business. It doesn't mean you have to jump from 1,000 a month to 100,000, but do you want to go to 2,000? Do you want to go to 5,000? Do you want to go to 10K? Do you want to increase the amount of income? And here's another part. Not everybody is as income based. When you increase your impact, you will increase your income. So income and impact in the world are tied together. You can't really separate them. Okay. So it's really important to remember that. I want you to think of a foundation for a house. In order to build a bigger house, you'd need a different foundation. So, what I do in the way that I train and the way that I build businesses is we're actually going to get that deep rooted foundation so that we can go higher. But in order to go higher, we need to go deeper. Are you ready for this? So, put in the comments if you're ready to scale, put if you're ready to go deeper and to really refoundationalize your business. So, before we jump into the systems and the checklist and the plan today is the plan. We're going to be working through this program this week. Um, there is a why, and I'd love to know, what is it going to take from you for you to understand your why? So for me, my children and creating a better life for them, not just financially, but emotionally, spiritually, and like fun is my why. Okay. Because I don't know. I just wasn't able to do it just for myself. I had to have this other why. So, whether you have kids or whether it is for yourself or whether it's because you see these women, like I had this lady I talked to, and she really wanted to help women who had been abused. And she like was really incentivized by that, like getting this. She was a therapist and she had these great tools for other people. And you can have multiple whys, right? So you could have, it could be you want to have more fun and you want to pay your bills. Great. You have children, you want to send them to better school, and you've got a global vision attached to it as well, that you want to help these other people that you have the knowledge to help. So how do we reach them? And that's where we're going to really dive in on day 3. We're going to talk about your audience, right? So on Wednesday, that's why we're doing this in daily bite-sized pieces. So every day you can take action. So what's some of your why? And again, I think like sometimes, especially us women, we think it has to be bigger picture. Well, what if you just want to get your hair highlighted and you want to buy the car you really want to buy? Like that's enough. So I work with many people who have a global mission, but the truth is you have to feel really full and fulfilled to really reach more people. You're never going to be perfect. You're probably never going to feel like it's enough, and that's okay. But what we do need to learn to do is to start now, start with your why, and get out there. These pictures on this page are just some of the places that I've got to visit and celebrate with my children because of my business and because of my business being able to fund my dream life. So I have a phrase I'd love you to jot it down, is to build your dream business that funds your dream life. And that's what I'm doing here. So, my vision for the next year to 3 years is that I want to help 1 million entrepreneurs scale to 6 figures. I really do. I have the strategies and the systems to be able to do that. And then I want to help 100 people go 7 figures. So, I'd love to know in the comments, are you working currently on your first 6 figure year doing your passion business? Are you working on your 7 figures? Where are you at? Let me know in the comments. Okay, so now what you want to do is get a pen and paper out. And again, I do have this available in my paid system. So you can always at any point reach out to me about my paid program. I have whole workbooks like this, I have video trainings, I have templates. But I'm going to take you through a little bit of this. I'm going to treat you like you're my VIP client, and we're going to do some planning. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is really dive in and even just jot it down real quick. What will change in your life when you hit that goal? So, what is your big financial business goal? What is that number? Okay. Because in order to revert backwards and like be like, what are my offers? What am I offering the world? We're going to get to that. But first, you need to know why you're doing that. That's why we're going in order. It starts with self, it's in us, and then it goes out. So we have to start within ourselves. Now, the next question I'd like you to ask is what will change in your life when you hit that goal? What will change? Where will you live? So, you want to get specific with this. And this is something you could take more time to do later. That's why, again, this is a part of when I do my boot camps. If you've never been in one, what I like to do is hone in on one thing each day and give you some action steps that go with it. Because I believe that we can really radically change our lives quickly when we get specific, when we take the time, when we carve it out. And that's part of why I'm not going to be posting these replays longer than the 24 hours. I want you to do this work today. So by tomorrow, when I go live again, you already have made progress. There's a Tony Robbins quote, and he says that humans, we know we're not going to be perfect, but what we do crave is progress. So what I want to help you do this week is progress, is to get that step closer to your dreams and to your dream life. Okay. Funded by your dream business. Now, where will you live? What will you wear? When you stop living in month to month living and in panic living, you start to get to have more fun with your money and with your dreams. So pretend like you already had $1,000,000 in your bank account. Where would you live? Would you move immediately? Would you upgrade immediately? What parts of your life would you upgrade? So write that down. Would you travel? Who would you travel with? Would you throw who you got out now and get someone new? Like, for, money gives you choices. And so that's what we're tapping into. Now, why is this financial goal so important to you? Where will you be this time next year? Now, this is really important. I want to separate this. So we talked about the fun stuff. But now I want to ask you a question that's very, very important. And like, I'm going to zoom in. Are you ready for it? Right here. It's this one. Okay? This one right here. Where will you be this time next year if something doesn't change in your life and business? So, we all know that the word insanity essentially means doing the same thing over and over, but expecting a different result. If you haven't figured it out by now, the thing is you either aren't showing up. I doubt that's you if you're taking the time to watch this. Or you're missing something. And it may be knowledge, it may be a system, and it's probably both. And so that's why I'm here today to help you with it. But being honest with you, me sharing a 30-minute thing daily without really getting an audit at your business, I'm not sure what's missing, but this is a part of the self awareness for you to figure it out. So, and then the second question is that, are you willing to this part? So the first parts are like, let's get fun, let's figure it out, let's dream. And then these two questions are more about if you don't change, like what are you missing out on your life? So, and are you willing to keep treading water? Are you ready to live your dream life now? So I'd love you to put in the comments if you're ready to live your dream life now, if you're ready to take that next step. Okay? So say ready in the comments. Okay, seeing ready. Let me look on my phone. Let me see what's going on over here. All right, cool. So you guys are ready is what this looks like. And I'm ready to do it with you. Excellent. So the foundations and framework to scale. Okay, so this is the plan, right? So when we say the plan, this is what I really want to talk about. I want to help you out right now because people get it twisted. They get it twisted, and I don't want you to get it twisted. So let's talk about where you are in this little pretty thing I put together. So you and your brand should be at the very top. And your email list / text list is where the money is really at. Your email list, your text list is your asset. I see too many people and they have programs, paid programs. I'm talking even more famous people, but they are like, oh, yeah, but I don't have an email list. So put in the comments if you have an email list, or put in the comments also if you're like, I know I need an email list. And that's okay too. Awareness is the first step, as they say. Okay. So, how do we grow your email list? We need a free offer funnel. And again, I'm going to break down these systems. I'm going to give you the overview today, but on Thursday, which is our The Systems Day, I'm going to break down these different funnels that lead people to these different places. So, you and your brand is at the very top. Put your face there, put your company name there. That's there. What people get confused, and I wonder if I could write on the screen real quick, is they're like, social media podcasting is a form of marketing. Your website and your blog is your home base. This is attached to the brand, and it also is attached to the email list. Okay, so all this goes together, and I'm going to break it down how this all goes together. But I see too many people, they're like titling their items, they're titling their programs, but that's not you. So I just want you to understand fully that you are not your programs, you are not social media. You are not your email list. These all serve different parts of ultimately growing you and your brand. Okay. So that's the difference that I really want people to fully understand and educate them in the online marketing plan. So, one is you've got to grow your brand so that people know who you are. And that's the audience. And we're going to talk about how do you attract more people. And that's day 3. Then we're going to talk about like your brand up here. We're going to dive into that tomorrow in depth about the designs, the layout, why it matters. Okay. But at a glance, I hope you're seeing here, these are your 3 main online income streams and how to funnel them. So it's you and your brand. We're using social media. We want to take them off social media onto your email list. We do this through a free offer funnel. We also have these things going through your website. Okay. Now, items. Let's talk about low ticket, mid-level ticket, and high ticket. Okay. So low ticket items are everything that's essentially under $100. So that could be a digital download. Let's say you're in the online space as a coach and a course creator, as most of my clients are. Okay, so maybe you sell them templates, printables, posters, MP3s. I have people who've sold songs, like I work with songwriters, or a meditation. It could be a mini book, other items. So this is like free items, which is really going to be going over here, but low ticket course, templates, sheet music. I mean, the list goes on and on of what things that you could do as a low ticket item. It could also be a physical product. It could be a purse. It could be a planner. It could be a journal. Put it in the comments. What low ticket items are you already selling? Let us know if you're already selling it. I'm going to take a sip of water real quick. And then let us know if you have or if you want to sell it. What's an idea that you're working on? So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Now let's talk about mid-level programs. So this would actually say mid-ticket group coaching is like 200 to 1,000 a month. So that's essentially kind of like a membership as well. This would be mid-level touch support. This should have gone over here. And then group calls instead of one-to-one. So see the difference when you like start to zoom in here. Mid-level programs, you get some support. It's different than just like a course. You might have some group text going on. You might have more templates or trainings. Okay. There's a transformation, there's value. But when we come over here to high ticket programs, which is what I really have a lot of fun with myself as well as with my clients, you're going to really do more one-to-one time with people. You're going to offer one-to-one services. You can record calls. Maybe you offer one-to-one text, not group text. Let's say you actually take their templates, you do it for them, done for you work, an editable system. So you're doing high transformation, high value, high touch accountability for high ticket. And that's how you raise your prices. So when I start to talk to people about these higher price things, it's because you're offering it's things that could be automated and sold versus things that you're going to have to put your one-to-one hand on. And that's why you charge more money for that. So I'd love to know in the comments, are you selling a mixture of these things? Now that you're looking at this, like what kind of breakthroughs are you having on your plan? Okay. Now, you can do a hybrid of these things, right? So I've got this checklist here that I will make available if you say checklist, where you can kind of go through, write your company, or is it your name brand? And this, I will say this real quick. This is an area I see a lot of people struggle in that are starting up. Like your name brand is at, again, once again, the very top. And if you, even if you have a company name, that would go under here. I would draw another box and it would be like agency, for example. But ultimately, like think about your life. If somebody invited you onto the Drew Barrymore show or onto Jimmy Fallon, they're not introducing your offers or your agency. They're saying, hey, it's Tiana Smith. And that's what they're introducing. They're introducing you. I actually saw some YouTubers on Jimmy Fallon the other day, or they were TikTokers. You know, content creators, my friends, are becoming celebrities. If you haven't noticed, look at Target, look on movies. They're getting movie deals. It's such an amazing time to grow your brand. And they all look different ways. This is not Hollywood. It doesn't matter what you look like, your age. It's like all ages. It is the Wild West, friends. And that's good for you because you are able to take your power back and to make all your dreams come true. But you do need a plan and you do need a strategy. And that's why we're talking about this. Okay. So we're going through these checklists, but understand the influence, the influencer is tied to your impact. And what do you want to influence the world in? And that's your choice. You get to choose that. And that's really exciting. So let's go through this checklist. I'm going to zoom in a bit more. So what are you going by online? Let us know in the comments. And then what services are you providing? So here's a checklist that I go through with my clients. And these are things I actually build for clients. I actually build all this for clients depending on which program they sign up. But let's go through it. Do you have luxury branding, consistent fonts, colors, and logo? And we're going to dive really in depth into this tomorrow. But just to start to help you self audit, because once again, I'm going to repeat it, awareness is our first step. So I'm going to try to help you get really aware this week. Okay. Number two, your website. Do you have a website, a home base, and is it consistent? Are you proud of it? So even if you have it, but you don't love it, make notes there, right? Be like, website, yes. Social media, which ones? Type it in the comments. Like, audit this with us. Like, this is meant to be connecting. Like, do you have social media? Which ones do you have? Please don't put your links in the comments. Just say TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. I believe you should have all of them. There's a really great new training Gary Vaynerchuk put out like last week or the week before, talking about what to expect from 2025. He also has an awesome new book. It's very in-depth, very analytical, but it's great. I think it's called Day Trading Attention. I'm going to see if I think I might have it at home. Oh, no, I do. Yeah. Okay. I recommend this book, Day Trading Attention. Now, this is super in depth. So, part of what I do in my programs is I kind of shortcut things. I'm studying all the things, I'm doing all the things. So, I come on here and I really help my clients get it done. So, to give you some options, we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, which ones? Free offer funnel. That's the funnel that is going to help you automate leads. Okay, so let's zoom in on this. Let's scroll down. Email automation. Do you have email and text automation set up? Yes or no? Do you have a completed course or membership? Yes or no? Do you have a calendar? And you don't need a course, just so you know, but I'll be teaching you through this program how you can hybrid it. Even a mini course, it definitely can help with not only bringing in some sales and daily money, but also through bonuses for one-to-one work that help you actually deliver better service to your clients. It's really amazing. Do you have a calendar automated system? Do you have a qualification form for new clients? Do you have an automated qualification funnel to qualify potential new clients? Let's highlight this one and this one, free offer funnel. I'm going to go in depth on Thursday, just so you know. Invoicing system. Do you have a way to get paid? Come on, friends. You got it. Like, if you're talking 10K a month, like these are systems. If you went to a business, they have a door. They have a business. They have windows. They have a door. They have a checkout system. You have to understand when you're building online, it is the same. You need these systems, but they're on line. But it doesn't change that you need them. If you're just winging it with social media, you're probably not a good client for me, just so you know. I don't mind you being here, but like I'm talking about growing an actual 6 and then 7-figure business. This is called the 7-figure club. So I'm going to break these things down. And here's the cool thing. If you don't have them in place yet, that's fantastic. We're auditing so then you can know next steps to take. Again, not perfection, progress. All right, let's keep going, okay? Right there, my daughter, if she was like sitting there, she'd be like, oh my goodness, mom, that was like so much. And I'm like, that's okay. I'm myself. Okay, keep going. An invoicing system, get paid. Put it in the comments, get paid. Actually, one of my new clients said that I'm like his Jiminy Crickets, but I just keep saying charge more, get paid. Sales funnel. This is different than a sales qualification funnel. A qualification funnel qualifies one-to-one clients. A sales funnel is an automated way to sell a product or a service. That means you don't even need to get on a call. So these are actually two different funnels. Interesting, right? We're going to talk about it. Do you have an online store selling digital products? Do you have testimonials, case studies of clients you've worked with? Here's what's great. Even if you don't, you can get them quickly. I teach my clients how to do like 3 case studies. We price it out. They charge a little bit less, get testimonials. We double the prices, triple the prices. All right. And then Amazon affiliate, such an overlooked area. It's so fun to integrate this. Okay. It's just so exciting. Okay. Now let's keep moving. So what we're going to talk about this week, and this is on Thursday to give you a little bit into this. So tomorrow is branding. It's called the brand, right? On Thursday, we're going to talk about your funnels. Okay. And then we're going to be talking about these other pieces though, up here, the income streams. How do you put these things together and how do you grow an audience that's actually going to buy from you? That's all a part of this. So these are systems based. I will tell you, just to give you a heads up, here are my systems. I use Go High Level, ConvertKit, which is now Kit, Canva, and Square. And those are my favorite tech stacks. If you have any questions about it, I do have affiliate links. I'd love if you ask me for it. But also just a heads up, if you work with me in my programs, I set all these pieces up for you. But these are my favorite softwares to use. I've used all kinds of other ones. These are the best in my opinion. And then again, here's more in depth. I also recommend QuickBooks for your accounting, and I have that for my accountants. But the reason I'm doing this at a glance is I want to show you something cool. Are you guys ready? You say you want to make at least 10K a month. I know this because even if I didn't see you post it, it's what everybody says. Even if you paid for all these, that's only $267.95 a month. The possibility of income with this is 7 figures plus. And I even broke this down. One course sale at $297 a month, like would pay for all these softwares. Isn't that crazy? So even if you just sold one course and you made it this next month, you got 2 weeks free, you would have made your like overhead back. Isn't that crazy? But the truth is that you can make 7 figures. And the truth is you could make 10K pretty easily. Now, the easily part is probably limited by your belief in yourself. There could be a time constraint, like if you're working for somebody else at the time. But even just the one course sale to get you some momentum. Now, you want to do some other cool math. Let's talk face to face for a second. I'm going to grab my calculator. Ta-da. Because I need it in life. I got this pretty white gold one. I like all my aesthetics matching. It matters for yourself. So let's say you created a course with me through my program, for example. You invest the money. Now, $297. Now, let's say that you automated 10 sales a month, $297 times 10. That is a $2,970 a month times 12. That is a $35,640 annual salary. Now, what's crazy is just 10 sales at $297 would be how much like the average teacher makes in Texas and Oklahoma. I actually think they're in the 20s. That's crazy. How are they surviving? But that's like a teacher's salary in Oklahoma. And let's look globally. That's a good salary for a lot of people. My last job I've only had 3 jobs in my whole life. They were at 3 months at a time. They paid me a $45 45K salary, which was crazy. I was getting my master's degree. I was very experienced. I quit. I was working 12-hour days, had to be away from my son for 12 hours because I didn't have my daughter yet. It was horrible. So I quit. Now, what's crazy is, let's talk bigger money. So if you made 297 and you did a course sale a day, you got funnels going, you got your audience going, you got your systems going. This is without any one-to-one work even, friends. I'm just going to give you the dream. Times 30 sales a month, that would be $8,910. Well, it's not quite 10K a month, but do you know what it is? If you times that times 12, I think you know where I'm going with this. That's still $106,920 a year. And you didn't even have to pick up a sales call. And what you would focus on is what we're going to talk about on Wednesday, which is the audience. And then on Thursday, you'd need systems, you'd need funnels to automate all this. But first, you'd have to invest and believe that this is possible for you. And I really want to take this moment to talk about money mindset before we go and give you these action steps. Too many times I see my friends, and especially women, asking permission to spend money instead of just making it happen. I was telling my husband last night about one of my transformational moments when I was like 32. I'm 42 now. So it was like a decade ago. And I mean, I kept waiting to buy a piano because I had made this agreement subconsciously almost with myself that I couldn't get a piano unless it was my dream baby grand piano, which cost $10,000. And at that time, I wasn't making anywhere near that even a month, let alone like it was so out of reach for me. I had new kids. I wasn't in a great marriage at that time. And there's a point to this. Bear with me. I want to change your mindset about something. And I was reading this book, which I do recommend. It's called The Firestarter Sessions by Danielle Laporte. It will change your life about goals and how we should really live into each day and create a beautiful life, irregardless of when we hit our goals. Okay. So I realized I had this moment where I didn't have a piano, even though I'd played piano since I was like 10 and I was 32. So I played piano for 22 years. I've been living on little keyboards. And though they're great, and I'm a songwriter, I had over 20 of my songs placed in television at that time in film. And I still hadn't got myself a piano. And part of it was I thought I'd had to wait for a record deal for somebody else to essentially give me permission or somebody to have more money to buy this $10,000 piano. And finally, I just was like, what if I just buy an upright piano? How much does that even cost? And I didn't have awareness for it. And this is part of why I do these trainings. I just feel like if I could just expand your awareness a little bit to believe in yourself, to take the next step, let alone, of course, I'm here to work with people who want to hire me. That's easy. You can message me. But like, listen to me if you've struggled with belief in yourself or waiting on your dreams. So what I did was I did a search and Craigslist came up at the time and I found this gorgeous piano only a mile and a half from my house. It was worth actually over 4,000 when I looked it up on eBay, but it was only selling for $150. Well, then how was I going to get it to my house? So I called a local piano delivery and they said they would deliver it for $150. That was only $300. I didn't even have $300. But you know what I did? So I did the research first. I broke through the capacity, like, what if I could get a piano? And then I made calls. So I prepared. I hope you're following the clues here about how this process works. And then I was like, okay, now how do I make $300? I didn't go, I don't have $300. No, I just said, okay, how do I make $300? And so I was in business at that time still. I was actually selling like websites and all that back in the day still, but I wasn't charging that much. So I was like, you know what? Let me see if I can sell a website. And I think I actually sold it for like $500 back then. So then I made a call. I paid all this stuff. I like went over to the person's house because it was a mile and a half away, bought the piano, had the piano movers get there. One second. And I got my piano. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. At the time, I was still married to my ex-husband and he was in the driveway. I'm a little like 2-year-old baby and my 5-year-old by my side, so excited that my piano was finally getting delivered and that I'd never had one in 20 years of playing. And my ex was in the driveway telling me, where are we going to put it? How much did you pay for this? You don't get to have your piano. Literally, as they're delivering it, this guy's like yelling in my face. And obviously, like, I'm divorced now. But the reason I want to tell you that is this: it doesn't matter what anybody else says. You can still go get what you want. And sometimes some people are going to have to drop out of your life, but you can just make some headway anyway. I'm not trying to say here you might have to divorce your spouse. You might, but that has nothing to do with me. That's your decision. But the point is that don't let anybody stop you from your dreams. If you want to build a course business, then build a course business. If you want to do a music career, do your music career. Making money, doing what you love, no matter what you love, is hard. So, what I will encourage you to do, and it's hard not because of like even external things, it's hard because most of us have been told we don't get what we want. And so you actually have to build yourself up in order to believe it and in order to receive it. That's actually what's hard. So if this is hitting for you, I just want to encourage you and say, like, take the first next step. Go through this audit that I just gave you. Rewind this. I'm giving you 24 hours to watch the replay. Write down the questions. Press pause on the video. Do this work. If you want my full worksheets, if you want the full trainings, you can message me at any point this week. I am offering some this week only bonuses for the end of the year. I have some amazing things. I'm going to be talking about it on Wednesday. I'm going to have 2 scholarship spots. On Friday, I'm going to have a couple more, but that's it this week. But if I want to come live, this point of this boot camp is to serve who I can serve publicly. And I hope I encourage you, but I also hope that I give you truth about what it really takes to grow a 6- and 7-figure business online through your coaching and course career. But really, ultimately, you are the only one stopping you. And when you get really accountable to that, then nobody can stop you, that you can figure this out, then I'm here to help as well. So that's my story for you today. Here's your next steps. I encourage you to go back through, if you didn't write it down, and to go through these questions, as well as the checklist, and to audit yourself. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about your brand. Okay. On Wednesday, we are going to talk about your audience. How do you grow an audience? Because you do need an audience so that people know who you are to buy your products and services. And people really skip this step. They like create their course without the audience and they wait too long. So here's the thing: you need to start now. Even if you're not sure what you're offering, you need to start showing up on social media. And I'm going to talk about that on Wednesday. On Thursday, we are going to break down the 3 most profitable and necessary funnels and systems you really need to automate leads, to automate sales, and to grow in your brand. And day 5, we're going to talk about sales and really recap everything. And I'm going to give you an invitation into my one-to-one or group coaching program. If at any point you want to get in, though, the sooner the better, because I do have early bird signups. So I'm not going to press it hard on Friday. I'll tell you more about that, but I'll let you know right now my program started at $2K, $10K, and $50K. Those are the 3 kind of package pricings going on right now, depending on where you're at in your budget. So don't be waiting till Friday to be like, I need to move things in my bank account. If you're watching this and you've been following me for a while, or you even want a sales call, a consult with me, just DM me, put it in the comments. But those are my price points. Otherwise, enjoy the show for free. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to give you value. I'm here to give you reality. I'm here to help you take those next steps forward. Okay. But if you're truly serious about 10K months, which is 120K a year, you better figure out how to get at least 2K or 10K ASAP, because I have some crazy deals going on this week only. This is the end of my yearly sales is this week. Because guess what? My kids are starting to get out of school next week. It's over. So I will talk to you soon. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. We're going to dive in deep to branding, why it matters. You want to be here live. So feel free to comment, ask me questions, and let me know what I can help you with. I'll see you tomorrow.